welcome to my channel, CD Matt. Today's video was inspired by a video that was just put out by the Connections Museum. They were talking about the air raid warning system that Bell Systems created in the 50s. They used these lights and bells boxes. I got this box because of a movie I had seen once. I like old movies, especially Atomic, and so in Ladybug, these are movie stills from a press pack, and on the wall they had one of these units, and this is it. It's not the exact one, but close enough. It's one of these units, and so that's in the beginning of the movie, and this is about the kids get taken home because they're getting that alarm, and they're thinking there's an atomic attack, or a nuclear attack. So later in the film, they're in a bomb shelter in the back, one of these girls' backyard, and right here, I don't know if you can see it, but right here, in the fallout shelter was a fan like this. And when I had seen this at a flea market, because of seeing the film, I saw the shape, and I didn't know if it was from a forge or if it was from a fallout shelter. And it was completely brown, encrusted with all kinds of nasty crap. And it took me like 5 hours to clean this thing and get it all cleaned out. It was a mouse house. It was full of acorns and stuff. But and then I had to disinfect it because it was a mouse house. So anyway, this because I had seen it in a film, I knew what I was looking at when I saw it. And when I saw it, the guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, I got this out of a fallout shelter in a house." And immediately I was like, "Oh, I gotta have it." So that's why I bought this. It was $30 at the flea market. Then like this here, another film called Atomic Alert. It's a civil defense film. In the beginning, it's in a school again. There's some, it's out in a hallway, I think, and there's kids playing with a plastic cylinder with radiation in it, radioactive substance, and they're listening to it. And then, so this is a class master, and so that's why I bought this years ago to put in my collection. And then at the end of that same film, Atomic Alert. So Radef guy and the block warden show up at the door. They knock on the door, and the kid goes up to the same kid that was in the beginning of the movie. He goes up to let him in, and the Radef guy had one of these, radiologic defense guy, and it has two knobs, made by Tracer Lab. When I first saw this, I had seen this on eBay like a year and a half or so, and it always said it was a civil defense meter, but since it was in yellow, I didn't bother going after it until I watched one of the films again, and I saw it, and I immediately had to have it and added it to my collection. And then here's another film. This is an 8mm version, Survival Under Atomic Attack. In that, at the end of the movie, or the film, that's around 1950, 51. Just this movie was, I think, was 1950. This Ladybug, I think, was 64. There was a couple Radef guys, and one of them had a clipboard. He was taking down the readings that the other guy had. They were at a flattened down house, checking with one of these. Except it wasn't a military version like this. It's a black and white movie, so it looks like it's a gray color. But it's the same type of unit as this was, radiac meter. And then in another civil defense film back then was Let's Face It. I showed this before. This is a Jordan Electric AG-15. In that movie, there's a guy in the back of a civil defense truck, and he's handing these out to 3 different people on the ground and in the parking lot, and they're all working the knobs and stuff. You can see the meter moving. And so, these are the kind of these are box sets of DVDs of different civil defense films. Part of, since I like old films, you see old things and you learn what's out there. And so if you're at a flea market and you see something like this and it's encrusted with dirt and everything, you don't know what you're looking at but if you've seen it in a movie, it's kind of a way to see it. Now, what brought this about was I had just recently seen a video that was put out by the Connections Museum channel on YouTube, and they were talking about these lights and bell boxes, and this warning system that Bell Telephone created back in the 1950s, and it's a great film. They make a lot of good films, videos. So yeah, so this is going to be a short one. I was just showing some of these things that if you watch the old films, you can see these things and then once in a great while you'll come across something out there that you'll know what it is just because you had seen it in a film. Okay, take care. Bye.